Right, boys and girls, this is Chef. We're back with a budget Christmas dinner video. So I decided to do a budget Christmas dinner video because Christmas is expensive as fuck, and turkeys these days are taking the piss. So I've gone with a nice piece of gammon. I've set myself a budget of 25 quid, which I've come under. The link's in the description for the recipe and all the prices, etc. So let's get into it. First things first, we're going to take the skin off the gammon. The reason why will become clear very shortly. But yeah, it's basically we're going to use that to render some fat from it. But as I say, we'll get into that in a minute. So what we're doing here, this can be done the day before. We're just prepping the gammon. We're going to boil it. It's going to be, you can do it in slow cooker over 8 hours or 4 hours. I do mine in an instant pot over 2 hours. And we're just going to fill the pot with nice things. We've got some celery, we've got some onion, we've got some garlic. You know, we've got some fresh herbs here going in, and that's just rosemary and thyme. And all these things are just going to create a nice stock, which we'll make a brilliant gravy out of. We've also got some star anise going in there, so you've got some aniseed. Yeah, ginger beer is the main flavour in the stock, and it's just all these things complement the gammon. We're going to have some nice salty stock coming out of the gammon as well. And yeah, we're just going to say goodbye to this for 2 hours and put some mustard in as well. And it's just about building layers of flavour, basically. So yeah, we're going to just switch that on. Like I said, you could do this overnight on your low setting on your slow cooker for 8 hours, and it'll be fine in the morning. But yeah, just cook the shit out of it basically. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a bit more prep. We're going to do our pigs in blankets. So I bought a pack of 12 sausages. We're going to use 6 of them here. We're going to cut them in half. We're going to cut our streaky bacon in half and just make pigs in blankets. You can't have Christmas dinner without pigs in blankets. I would like more of them myself personally. I could probably eat that full lot there to myself, but this is a budget edition, so we have to be frugal. So yeah, again, once they're done, stick them on a tray, put them aside. I'm going to peel some taters, put them in a pot, put them aside. That's for the mash and for the roast potatoes. So now we're going to chop up some bread for our stuffing. Basically, you can leave it out overnight and it'll go rock hard, or you can forget like I did and you'll have to do it the fast way, improvised way. And basically, I just cut it into squares, stuck it in even. So we're going to take the rest of our sausages and we're just going to scrape the meat out. And that's the basis of our stuffing. It's a sausage meat stuffing, obviously, because we've got sausages. We've also got some sage. There's a couple of teaspoons of that. Don't really use dry herbs, but I could not get my hands on fresh sage for some reason. We've also got some rosemary. We're going to stick some thyme in. And again, it's all about building flavour and just woody herbs. Give stuffing a great flavour. We're also going to put some apple in. Apple's brilliant flavour to over pork, just a nice bit of sweetness. Just adds. We're going to also stick some garlic in. And these are just all beautiful things that are going to go in our stuffing. This is going to be the best stuffing you've ever had in your life, if all you've ever had is Paxo stuffing out of the box. We're also going to stick a couple of eggs in there just to bind it all together. Like I said, here's my bread. Roasted it in the oven just on low till it went crispy, and just crunched it with my hands. And that's what it leaves you with. That was about 6 slices of bread. So obviously, if you want more stuffing, just put more bread in, basically. So we'll just give it a little bit of a mix up. I'm just going to put a touch of stock in there just to give it a bit more flavour. Just again, as I keep saying, I know I keep saying it, but it's just to build layers of depth. And then just once you're happy with it, give it a mix up again, stick it in a loaf tin, and that's another job off the list. So again, this can be done the day before. Obviously, it has to be done after you've cooked the gammon. So it could be done in them. We've parboiled some mashed potatoes, we've cut some parsnips up, we've got our carrots, and we've got a full bulb of garlic. Just because, you know, garlic's amazing roasted, and you can pop them and when that's finished, you can cut it in half, squeeze out the roasted garlic, and just have that on the plate. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to put a bit of honey on the parsnips and carrots, and just a touch of oil, just to coat them, because you'll see why in a minute why I've not put much oil. But yeah, it's just so the herbs stick to the veg, basically. So yeah, as you can see on the top shelf, we've got our gammon skin that we cut off earlier. And basically when that roasts, all that fat's going to render and just drip down into that tray. And it's going to be amazing. And we've just got our stuffing, and also our pigs in blankets just on the bottom. And it's time to make the gingerbread crust. Basically this is just gingerbread, a spoonful of English mustard, a spoonful of whole grain mustard, an egg, and some ginger spice. Now you can put more ginger spice and more English mustard in if you want a bit more heat. Just make sure when you put it on the gammon, I put it on a bit thick. That's my only regret here, is that I'd have put it on a little bit thinner. But you live your learn. It's the first time I've ever tried out like this, and I didn't see anything on the internet about it. So now we're gonna make our Yorkshire mix. Basically, it's even parts milk to flour. So 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of flour, 3 eggs, seasoning, and that's all the fat from the gammon. The gammon fat that we rendered to cook our roasters in. So we're gonna put that in a tin and heat that up. We're gonna make our gravy. Basically, we've dusted some onions in some flour, and we're just gonna stick a bit of oil in. Yes, remember this garlic? I've put it in super slow-mo for dramatic effect. That's the garlic out of the pot from what we cut the gammon in. So we're just going to scrape all that out, and we're going to stick that in our gravy basically. And we're going to get our stock from the gammon. We're going to put it in there with the onions. We're just going to cook it out, and then we'll put the garlic paste in there as well. And that's going to be the basis of your gravy, just to get it to look like normal gravy. If you don't like that colour, which is what I'm not a fan of that colour. Basically what I did was I just stuck like 5-6 drops of premium dark soy sauce in there, and that seems to sort it out. So next we're going to look at the best sprouts you'll ever see in your life. The sprouts, like an unsung hero in British cooking. People just overcook them and they taste fucking awful, they taste bitter. Basically what you've got to do is you've got to complement that bitter taste with other flavours. So we've got the rest of our smoked bacon there, we've got our garlic, and we're just going to render the fat from the bacon and the flavour from the garlic. We've parboiled some sprouts and some little baby kale, and we're just going to coat them, we're just going to fry them in that fat. And then what we're going to do is we've got some balsamic vinegar. You may not have tried this before, but trust me, it works. That balsamic vinegar is just going to give it a nice acidic edge. It's going to take all the bitterness and bite away from the sprouts. You're just going to be left with some nice flavour. And these will be the best sprouts you ever had, and you'll cook them this way forever. So there's our gammon. We just roasted it on like 200 for like 30 minutes, just till it's cooked, just till it's nice and warm in the middle, and that outer layer is nice and crispy. So it's time to split it up. So here's our gammon. We've got some nice stuff going on here, and it's starting to, you know, this is Christmas dinner on a budget, don't forget. I mean, I spent about 20 quid in Tesco, and I saved the other 5 quid for like the oils and the spices what I already had in. And this is just, you know, this is just a nice Christmas dinner. If you don't want to spend much money, you know, it'll easily feed 4 people. I mean, you could have put more veg in the trays, but I did. There was only 2 of us eating, so I didn't want to waste it, basically. But I had loads of veg left over in the fridge. I've got loads of gammon left over. You know, you could double up your stuffing if you wanted. You could spend another couple of quid and double up your pigs in blankets. But this is it, you know. We've got some mashed potato, we've got everything you need. I nearly forgot to put the Yorkshire puddings on, but I'll show you the Yorkshire puddings in a sec. But yeah, this is the gravy. And you'll see the difference in the colour from when I put the soy sauce in. It just makes it nice and dark, and it's a nice familiar colour, what you're used to. And this is just a nice beautiful onion gravy, and just cover the full meal in it. I mean, I still ended up with a jug of stock left over, so you've got more gravy. And here's the Yorkshire puddings. Look at that for a Yorkshire pudding. That is beautiful. And yeah, just stick it on, and there you have it. Christmas dinner on a budget, 25 quid. You can't go wrong. So if you're struggling this year, and you're struggling for money, and you still don't know what you're going to do, 25 quid, that'll feed 4 people. Happy days, marvellous. Get in, job done.